Well, howdy folks, you are on the Seek on the Speed 252 show. Scroll over to the right and click that subscribe button. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Seek on the Speed 252. And I want to thank each and every one of you for pushing that play button right now, joining in today on another episode of the C7 Corvette, baby, the 7th generation Corvette, the front engine Corvette at that. A lot of you guys asked me a very popular thing, and you wanted to know this answer was, how does it feel to own a used C7 Corvette compared to when you bought it brand new? And I'm going to get into some of those details right now. Before I get into that, if you guys haven't gone to my website, I got a website which is called www.seekonthespeed252.com. I got some of my awesome merch on there. I mean, popular key tags, popular shirts. You guys have been very supportive of my YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. So you guys feel free to check it out. Here is, one of my key tags, one of my lanes right now. Definitely go over to my website, www.seekonthespeed252, and I want to thank you guys really from the bottom of my heart for your support. I will mail off those items to you personally from my house to your house. Write your hand written note, and greatly appreciate you guys once again for your support on the channel. So, from a lot of you guys that are new to the channel that it came today, my name is Clarence. I own a C7 Corvette and a C8 Corvette that I still make a monthly payment for. I'm just being completely honest. Technically the bank owns it, but it's in my possession right now, as long as I continue to make the monthly payments, and I'm blessed to do so. A lot of guys have asked me, what has it been like mentally to buy a brand new Corvette and now have technically a used Corvette? And I never really had that question before. It kind of shocked me when I read that email, because I was like, how do I go about answering this? And I'm sure, the reason I want to make this video, because I'm sure a lot of you guys probably want to know either the same answer and kind of giving your opinions. Like, leave your comments down below of how does it feel to actually go from owning a brand new car to a used car, and then how does it feel to go from having a used car to feeling like maybe you save some money. So I'm going to go ahead and get into some few things about owning a used C7 Corvette and going from a brand new C7 Corvette to owning a used C7 Corvette, right? When I bought this car brand new back in September or March, and first of all, before I get into all you guys who always say, Clarence, you never ride around with your roof off. Well, I'm finally riding around the roof off, and I'm doing it because I actually hopefully got an external mic that works pretty well. If you guys can hear me pretty well, leave a comment down below, because I've been working my butt off to find the best external mic for this YouTube channel. So right now, you guys, if you can hear me pretty well, leave me a comment down below for sure, because I love riding with the top off. I'll make plenty more videos with the top off. That's what you guys are looking for, because I know some of you guys are like, hey man, ride around with the top off sometime. I like to hear that nice breeze and that crazy exhaust, boy. Woo-wee. Golly. There's nothing like that. That feeling brings a smile to my face every single time. But anyways, the question that's in store for me was, what is it like going from owning a new C7 Corvette to now owning a used C7 Corvette? So I bought this car back in September 2017, brand spanking new, and it was blue at the time. My eyes were stoked. Super excited to own this vehicle. As I was driving back from a dealership, I bought it in New Jersey, and that Camaro didn't even have a door on it. What the? I kind of want to get that, but he's driving so fast that I don't think I want to risk getting a speeding ticket to get that. That Camaro literally did not have a door on it, a passenger door on the drag strip, but I've never seen it on the actual highway. That Camaro does not have a passenger door, and the passenger literally did this. That's kind of super dangerous. I mean, as long as you got a seatbelt on, I guess, but that's super dangerous, because I believe these side doors have some type of airbags in them to kind of help, you know, with collision and all that stuff. Anyways, so when I bought this Corvette brand new and driving it back from New Jersey, I immediately didn't even think about the used car value or how many miles I'm gonna put on it. I wanted to enjoy the car brand new. Everybody was waving, everybody was smiling, everybody was like, oh man, that guy, you know, he got a banging car. Super stoked. Up until about probably 5,000 miles, I feel like my car was brand new. I got a free oil change when I brought it back. I think your first 500 miles in your C7 Corvette, you get a free oil change. And I think Chevrolet does that because they want to make sure there's no leaks. They want to make sure there's no, you know, metal shavings inside the motor or anything like that. So they give you that first oil change on them. And then I think maybe 2 more after that. Don't quote me on that though. I can't really remember. I do know the oil change for these cars are probably about 150 bucks. I can't remember if I've even paid for an oil change for this car yet. Man, I got 26,000 miles, every 5,000 miles, maybe. I don't know. But, you know, going from owning this car brand new to owning it used really hasn't fazed me that much because I knew I was planning on keeping this car for a very long time. Now, for a lot of you guys who bought a C7 Corvette in the past and know that you probably, you know, buy the next generation and the next generation and the next generation and the next generation, owning a used Corvette probably doesn't bother you because you want the latest and the greatest. For me, as you guys know, I kept my C7 alongside my C8 because I genuinely enjoy this car. Like, I feel like I can get in this car any day, any moment, drive to Texas, drive to Chicago, drive to New York, drive to California, and I'm not thinking about the miles because I plan on keeping this car for a very long time. At least that's my goal, at least. My goal is to pay it off and own that title officially. That title be mine. And I just feel like, you know, owning this car and taking it from being brand new to being used has been a blessing, a great opportunity. And I'm hoping that you guys get to experience the opportunity as well. And you know, for you guys who own C7 Corvettes, like, leave your comments down below. How many of you guys actually end up buying your C7 Corvette brand new? Have you had a crap ton of issues with it? Have you really haven't had any issues with it? I know my good subscriber, Mr. Washington, he bought a C7 Corvette. He got about 26,000 miles on it. Says it's still driving strong. Haven't had any issues. I know a lot of you guys like to change your own oil. I haven't changed my oil in this car since I own it. Like me personally, I took it to the dealership and probably had them do it. I didn't do it. I don't really want to take the opportunity of lifting it up and all this. I don't have a lift in my garage, as you guys may know. And I'd rather just take it to the dealership and have those guys change it for me since they got a lift. And if it falls off the lift, they're technically responsible for it, not me. If I ever put my car on a lift and it falls off the lift, I'm responsible for it. Then I got to call my insurance company, figure all that stuff out. And I don't want to go down that path. To me, it's just not worth it to save the money. So at the end of the day, I mean, owning this car going from new to used has been great. You know, like I said, from putting the wheels on it, to putting the exhaust on it, the Corsair Extreme, the X-Pipe. And a lot of you guys know you're going to ask me, like, how much louder does a car sound compared to a stock exhaust? And I get those questions a lot. I'm going to answer this in this video too. Sounds freaking amazing. The Corsair Extreme exhaust sounds way better than factory exhaust. I'm telling you that right now. Let me tell you why. I had a friend of mine who bought a Camaro, LT1, same motor that's in that Camaro is in this GrandSport. He had took his cats off and we raced each other. And he boosted his car, by the way, so he probably had about 550 horsepower, while this car has 460 to the wheel, probably 394 because it's an automatic. And we raced each other. He said from first gear to third gear, I had him, and my exhaust sounds way louder in this car. That's what he told me. But from third gear on up, he came back and got me. And it's one of those things where fun experience, but to hear somebody else say that my car sounds louder than theirs, even after the fact that he took his cats off, is insane. That tells you exactly what the Corsair exhaust sounds like. Now, Corsair has a lot of different exhausts, but this, like I said, is the Extreme X-Pipe. Love it. I paid $2,000 for it, and really genuinely love everything about the freaking car. The C7 Corvette has a lot to offer to the Corvette world, a lot to offer to the supercar world, and we can go back and forth. We can debate whether this is a supercar, whether it's not a supercar. I personally think this is a supercar. This car right now will go beat supercars from the 90s on up. And I know, you can say different technology, blah, 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 blah. But in retrospect, like, a lot of people still own those cars and still race those cars. And the GrandSport is a lot of car for the money. The Stingray, and that's what Chevrolet offers, And I really appreciate being able to own this car going from it being new to being used. And it haven't bothered me. I got 26,219 miles on it right now. driving with the top off, you know, cruising and all that good stuff, talking with you guys, having a great conversation. And, you know, guys, leave your guys' thoughts down below what you think of the C7 Corvette. You know, do you like the body style that Chevrolet has given us in this vehicle? Do you not like the body style? What are some things that you would change about the C7 if you had the opportunity to be on the design team? You know, it's one of those things where I will admit, when I first bought the GrandSport, I thought it lacked horsepower. That's one thing that I complain the most about the C7 Corvette GrandSport, that I thought it lacked horsepower. I feel like the C7 Corvette GrandSport should at least came with 520 horsepower, 530, because the Stingray comes with 455, and the GrandSport comes with 460, and the Z06 comes with 650. So maybe take 455 and 650 and divide it by the two, and that should probably be the amount of horsepower to come in the GrandSport, because the GrandSport is still the middle version between those two vehicles, right? Like the Stingray, you get the Canada horsepower, the 455, 460 horsepower, and then with the Z06, you get the 650 horsepower, but you get the body. So the Z06 and the GrandSport, you get the body, the suspension, and all those attributes. And then the Stingray, you get the horsepower, and then that gives you your GrandSport. It spits out the GrandSport. The Z06 and the Stingray together spits out your GrandSport. And I truly believe the GrandSport should not have as much horsepower as Z06, but it should have way more than the Stingray. They kind of give it that equal balance. I know people saying, you know, the wide body gives that equal balance, but I don't think it really costs Chevrolet that much more money to increase the horsepower in the LT1 for the GrandSport. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like the GrandSport is still everything that someone would need as a daily driver. And I'm going to make an experience video about daily driving the C7 Corvette GrandSport at some point later down the road. But, you know, once again, I hope this does answer people's questions about owning a new car compared to owning a used car. Every car that you pretty much buy off the lot will always be used at some point, right? You go from buying a brand new Honda Civic, Prius, Viper, Lamborghini. If you keep it for at least 2 to 3 years, that car will technically be used at that point. I think they say anything below, you know, 500 miles is technically brand new. Anything above 500 miles is used. It also depends on if it's been titled to someone's name. If it's been titled to someone's name, it's technically a used car at that point. And I know a lot of you guys have been asking me in the comment section below, do I plan to sell my GrandSport? How much will I sell my GrandSport and all that stuff? I know a lot of you guys were hoping that once I got the C8 that I would sell the GrandSport, you know, because you were interested in buying because of the chrome wrap, the wheels and the exhaust and all that stuff. But I generally do enjoy driving this car. Bring lots of smile to my faces, and it's greatly appreciated. It's been part of my my journey. It's the reason why I have a YouTube channel right now. It's the reason why I met a lot of you guys across the world. It's the reason why I have a lot of followers in Canada and Europe and things like that, in Italy, and it's been a blessing. And it's one of those things where I never thought that I would have a YouTube channel of you know, talking about cars. I grew up always loving it. I grew up always loving Vipers too. I'm not gonna say and lie. Obviously I don't own a Viper now. I wish I could get one, but I can't afford one. But I appreciate the Corvette and what it has to offer to my YouTube channel. Owning a Chevrolet Corvette has been a dream, been an experience, a ride, and just seeing the smiles on you guys' faces, seeing the smiles on kids' faces as I'm driving this car, it's been a great experience. You know, it's nothing like being able to create an experience for someone else. I've given people plenty of rides in this car who absolutely enjoyed it. I've been giving friends rides for so many years. And before I bought this car, I owned a 2005 Pontiac G6, had 94,000 miles on it, paid cash for it, paid $7 grand for it. Still own that car, actually. It has about 296,000 miles on it, and appreciate that car on a regular basis. But now, you know, going from that car to going from this car is a big difference, obviously, in horsepower, looks, quality, and all that great stuff. But this car offers a lot of car for the money. And I'm hoping that you guys, you know, continue to work towards your dream. Go out and get your C7 Corvettes or your C8 Corvette, your C6s or your C5s, because don't sleep. The C6 Corvettes are amazing. I had a lot of friends of mine that own that car. My friend Mike owned that car. Actually, a lot of my friends might own that car. And they spoke highly about the C6. The one thing that I will say about the C7 Corvette and the C6 Corvette that my friends brought up to my attention, and also that I experienced with my C7, the one thing I don't like is, like, when you're driving a car and you're really tracking it really hard, the center console gets really hot. And I don't know if that's anything that, you know, that's in the bulletin or whatever the case may be. I know I spoke to a lot of guys who said they put another heat shield somewhere down there below to try to keep some of that heat off. But one thing about driving this car is that the center console definitely gets hot. And at the end of the day, though, that's not one of the things that should keep you from buying the car, because overall, the car is still a great car. I really don't feel it that often, especially on a warm day. It pretty much stays warm inside the car unless I got the AC on, obviously. Right now, the temperature is probably about 76 degrees, top off, my hair blowing in the wind, whatever hair I have. At some point, I know I'm going bald, so I'm not going to sweat it. I'm going to embrace it and take it in. Get some gray hairs over here at some point. It is what it is at the end of the day. Continue wearing my white socks, you guys. I got on white socks right now. Obviously, I can't show you, but I truly appreciate what the C7 Corvette has offered to me. And over the years, it's been a great experience having you guys on the channel, and I really greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And I enjoy making content. I mean, it's unbelievable how many opportunities this car has brought me, how many sponsors this car has brought me. If you guys are making your own YouTube channels, you know, like, you probably will enjoy it, because you get to share the experience with other people. And you know, I'm just lost for words at how much I really enjoy owning the C7 Corvette. So you guys, that's what it's been like owning a new Corvette to going to being a used Corvette GrandSport. And if you guys got any questions, you know, you got me email, send me an email. I always leave it in my comments section above, so that way you guys can, you know, reach out to me. Or if you want a quick link to buy, you know, one of the popular key tags off the website, I greatly appreciate your support on that too. And you know, you guys be safe. I'm looking forward to talking to you guys again in the episode of Speak on the Speed 252.